RC Empire. We're here today with Team Associated Reedy, JConcepts Sidewinder, Futaba, Dial Pink, LRP, True Hobbies, and OCRC Pro Driver, Stephen Hartson. Thanks a lot for joining us today. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks for coming by. So, Stephen, how long have you been racing exactly?
About 8 years.
8 years. What did you start with originally?
My first car was a regular RC10, original RC10, and started racing down SoCal Raceway.
Did you find yourself getting competitive right away, or was it a slow building?
Yeah, after about the first week, I started getting real competitive and wanted to get better and better.
Yeah. You recently graduated from high school, and a lot of guys are really competitive in the racing when they're younger. What do you plan on doing now that you're out of high school?
Well, since I'm getting so good at this racing thing, I'm trying to kind of hold off college for a little while and try to race this and see if I can make a big deal out of it.
Speaking of bigger races, we know you go all over the place to race. What kind of tracks do you prefer?
Smooth tracks, obviously, but I like gas tracks, just the regular gas tracks, and electric. I like indoor tracks, clay tracks.
Speaking of clay tracks, we know you race at OCRC all the time. You're definitely one of the strongest club racers probably in the country. You dominate a lot of racing there. I've seen you beat some guys that are pretty big names. Do you think that builds confidence at all, that you're able to go fast there at OCRC when you go outside to like a Cactus Classic or random tracks like a Nationals track?
Yeah, I think so. We have a lot of fast drivers down there at OCRC, and it definitely builds confidence for bigger races, knowing that I'm racing with the best guys that are going to be at those big races, and it's good to race down there.
Who would you say when you race at OCRC is your top guy that when you see him walk in the door, you're like, okay, I might have a race tonight?
Every once in a while, Cavalier shows up, and he usually makes for a good race that night. Frankfurt shows up every once in a while. Usually those two guys are pretty good.
Yeah, they definitely put it down. Now, you go to a lot of big races. The formats have changed and varied through the years. What do you think should be changed about big races? Are there things, nuances that you don't like in terms of qualifying or the way things are seated or classes? What would you change?
Definitely the length of the race. I don't think they can change that very easily, but other than that,
in terms of the length of days or the length of the minutes of the race?
Probably both.
Yeah.
You can't really go, a shorter race with longer minutes, but definitely a longer race would be good. Definitely an electric. Other than that, they're doing a pretty good job of doing big races right now.
So that's why you enjoy gas quite a bit.
Right.
You run the longer races, of course. Now, we see your dad pitting for you a lot. He does a lot of work on your car, and he seems to be a raright-hand man. How influential is he on your racing career?
He's everything. He brings me to all these races. He makes sure I'm at the racetrack. He basically just does everything. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Great. Well, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us at RC Empire, and best of luck to you in the future.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.